And as you can see, I am not dead.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my booktube channel, The Loc'D Booktician. Let's get into it. I'm so excited to film today because it's my first time filming on my camera. I hope that it comes off right. I hope I look moisturized. If I look dry, such is life. I got on my work clothes, y'all. I'm just out here just trying my best today. Today we're starting a new series where I talk about all of the Black Panther comics. It's over 270, I think, of them. And I'm going to be reading all of them and talking about them on my channel in segments. So today we're going to talk about the first 5 that I've read. While I was searching and trying to figure out more about comics, I must be honest that I don't know much. And I was expecting them to be a little bit longer, but of course I've seen a comic in real life and they're quite small, but in my mind I wanted it to be longer, so I was really happy that they were short and sweet. It took me like 15-20 minutes to read each volume, to read each issue that I read, so let's just start with that. So I learned that there is a volume with a collection of issues versus a volume with volumes. It's kind of what I was thinking at first. So that is not true. However, I'm looking at this new series as a learning curve. I'm learning, y'all learning, we can learn together. But I will be reading Black Panther and I'm so excited to read it, like I've already said, and it does feel a bit bittersweet because shout out to Chet, and I don't know, knowing his character and his portrayal of Black Panther, the movie, kind of hits different now reading about it. So before I go any further, I was trying to figure out what was the oldest volume that I can find, and according to my mini downloads, I found a Black Panther, the issues that was written in this volume are 15 issues, and they were published between 1977 and 1979. So I was going to talk about them issue by issue, but I realized that it would be more of a spoiler, so I'll just give some impressions off of each issue that I was reading. One of the things I noticed in each of the issues that I read was that there was a top paragraph that was the same, and I'll read the paragraph to you. With the sleekness of a jungle beast, the prince of Wakanda stalks both the concrete of the city and the undergrowth of the veldt. I hope I said that right. For when danger lurks, he dons the garb of the savage cat from which he gains his name. I have some thoughts about the word savage, but I understand why they chose to use this at this time. And of course, this is a Stan Lee production, if that's the word for it. So in this edition, which based on my research is the first edition or the first volume of the Black Panther series of comics, it was edited and drawn by Jack Kirby. So I was definitely looking at it and trying to zoom in on the different colors and the art and really try to understand what is happening, because just looking at the words was not good for me, because when I started, I got to like the 3rd page and I was so confused. And I read it again and I was like, wait, I don't get what's happening. It took me a few tries. So first, let's talk about King Solomon's Frog. In King Solomon Frog, it follows or introduces you to a few characters. And these characters are very interesting. Of course, we are introduced to the Black Panther, but we're also introduced to 2 other characters who we're just not sure if they're friend or foe. So they go on this journey and it's another adventure. All of the comics, I'm starting to realize, it's just an adventure. The beginning, the middle, and the end. And it happens very fast is what I've also realized. But the King Frog really is introducing you to the first meeting of these people and what's going to happen with this frog that has magical powers, okay? I will say overall, I enjoyed this comic. There were some things that I was like, okay, that I felt like was outdated for its time, but based on the time that it was written in, I tend to not be that critical of things, and this is me just starting off, so I find myself being way less critical now than I think I will be in future reading of the Black Panther comics. But so far, to be my first read, King Solomon's Frog was great. I did love the whole anthropological angle in this comic issue, so that was pretty dope. So now we're going to move on to the next issue in this volume, which is called The 6 Million Year Man. Now we're introduced to another character from another time. And this character has a lot of powers, and you're asking yourself, I'm not sure if the Black Panther has it in him, because this other character is pretty strong. And even with the Black Panther's allies / foes, it still felt like that wasn't enough power. It felt that they needed more, and it was looking real shaky. I think the people that was with the Black Panther are very cunning. I think he is cunning as well. So I think if they didn't use their brain, you know, the situation could have had a different outcome. But overall, I also like this comic. Also, I want to say, while I was looking at the front pages on some of these issues in this volume, is how that these were 30 cents, y'all. 30 cents. So, make it make sense, because I tell you it's not making sense to me. The next issue I'm going to talk about, Chaos in King Solomon Tomb. Y'all know what I'm saying.
I found that comment to be very suspect.
I don't think I really knew what was going to happen. I felt that, okay, it is the Black Panther and his companions who, like I keep saying, friend or foe, right? He's with his companions, and it's just one thing after another. I just felt that they couldn't get a break. It was one difficult challenge after another, and it just never let up, I felt. And there were parts of the story where, you know, a different outcome happened, but I just felt like it was so much adversity that they had to go through just to save their own lives. And it was very action-packed. I actually found this issue to be way more action-packed than the other two that I mentioned, but I really enjoyed this one. The graphics was also a bit better, I think. Maybe Jack Kirby was getting a little advanced, but I just felt that this one was more action-packed than the other ones. And maybe it was more action-packed because it was a progression of action that's happening so far. It's like you're introduced to the characters. Okay, a little Salt Bay of action. And then you get to the next issue and it's like, okay, a little bit more action. So now I'm in the third issue of this volume and I'm just like, oh, so all the action? We want all the smoke? I'm here for it. So the fourth issue, I'm going to read it, is Raw Power versus the Occult. Now, this one really, this one was heartbreaking for me because I thought that Black Panther and his companions were coming to some type of understanding, right? And that they would understand each other more. And no, conflict arise again. I'm just seeing conflict as being a general theme here. And there was just a lot of things that I wasn't quite ready for in this one. The pace did slow down a bit, but I really enjoyed the background information that was kind of dragged out. I felt like in issues before, the Black Panther wasn't speaking as much, and in this issue he seemed to be speaking a bit more. So the fifth issue that I read is Quest for the Sacred Water Skin. So in this one, I felt that one of the Black Panther's companions may have more depth to his character than I realized in issue 1. And to be honest, I was quite shocked by it. And there are also characters throughout the issues that I was like, I don't know if I'll actually like you. And for some reason, I find this character who I'm talking about to be funny and to really add to the collective of this specific issue. I kept thinking, okay, maybe their paths will change. Maybe something will get thrown in it that put it on a different course. And I don't know if I actually received it. I think in some ways I may have, but I don't think that I really got that. So I'm really excited to see how this volume would end, because right now I am unsure of all the characters except the Black Panther. So there you have it. I talked about all 5 issues that I read, and in this new series that I'm doing, I am trying my best to just read 5 issues at a time. And of course, the volume that I'm reading right now, that was written and drawn by Jack Kirby. Let me know if you have read any of the Black Panther comics, if you also want to read them as well. I'm reading them from Comixology, and I got them for free way back early in the summer, so I'm really trying to get through these comics as well. And I do find that it is a nice pace, or a nice break from the novels and thrillers and mysteries that I'm reading. I feel like all I'm reading about is murder, and I'm not saying that people aren't dying or things are happening to people in the Black Panther comics. It's just easier on the eyes, I feel, and it's a short amount of time. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, I'll put the titles of all the comics that I'm reading also in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you watch this video and you have nothing to contribute to, and you're like, I just want you to know that I'm watching, sis, just put a black heart in the comment box below. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk soon.